Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Banao Bharat Trading for Living Tuesday Nifty Expiry Live Session. Markets have closed, and on the whole, today markets were kind of in sedate mode, which means there was no kind of momentum or energy either to go up or to go down. This is the chart of Nifty. Opens slightly below yesterday's high. Yesterday's high was 19,684. So right from the beginning, Nifty had made it very clear it had made a lower high at 19,682, and there was all the possibility that it might not make any new highs today. There was no indication of it making any new highs, but at the same time there was no major fall also. Yes, because yesterday's range was big, it had tried to come down to the close of or yesterday's low, that is 19,577, but that also did not materialize because slightly above that itself it took a support and it started moving higher. Yeah, in fact, even on the spot there was no cut of the lows that was made yesterday. So here main thing is it made a lower high, and from there on all day along it was within the range of yesterday's highs and lows. It did not cut yesterday's high as well as it did not cut yesterday's low, and by the time it closed the session it had already come to the lows of 19,609. So it has closed around 19,600 Nifty. That is where it has closed today. Today being Tuesday, Nifty had some action both on upside and downside. You can see here Nifty also of late, at least for last 2 days, it has been in the sideways movement. So today it opens at around 20,100 levels, 106, that was the level it opened, and from there on quickly went up to yesterday's high of 2166. Excuse me, it found a resistance there at 2166 and once again came down to the day's low. It picked up from there. There was a small pullback buy was available at 2106, which was today's early morning first candle low, and from there on it went up to 20,200, which was which happened to be the ultimate day high. But once again it did not stay there. If anybody had cut in between, then they would have seen some money, but otherwise it has again from 20,200 it came down all the way up to 20,130 levels before closing at 2170. On the whole, Nifty also second days in a row it is in the sideways movement, so not much to decipher from Nifty or Nifty. You can see the Bank Nifty chart. Bank Nifty was slightly in the positive today, but it did not make any decent ground. You can see here this is the Bank Nifty futures chart. Opens at around 44,945. That was opening low in the morning in the very first candle. After that it keeps going higher, and in one shot with the sufficient volume touches day before yesterday's high of 45,228. From there on it collapses down and closes down at around 45,064. Even Bank Nifty, if you see for last 2.5 days, it is in the sideways movement. Yes, it is whipsawing between highs and lows of either yesterday or day before yesterday, but nothing much to decipher in all the three charts, either Nifty or Bank Nifty or Nifty. All three charts are more or less looking similar with sideways bias, probably because most of the market participant might be waiting for US Fed decision, which will come tomorrow. Probably once the decision is out, then I'm sorry, it is not US, it is our Indian RBI policy. So that being the case, probably once the decision is out tomorrow, then we can see some price action, some wild price action also. So be prepared for some kind of a big movement after 2 days of narrow movement, obviously we can expect some kind of volatility and some kind of wild swings after RBI governors talk in the morning. So, and we will be heading into the Thursday expiry. Positions will be built for tomorrow and day after tomorrow. For now, if you see both Nifty and Bank Nifty for the coming expiry, I don't think there is much positions built either on the long side or on the short side. Most of the participants are waiting on the sidelines, and once the participants become clear on the direction, then they won't hesitate or they won't wait much. The beauty of the market participants is they are so quick in entering and so quick in exiting the wrong trades. Most of the time we have seen the market plays the way it plays because market participants are so swift. That is the key for retail investor also, or a trader. If you want to be in the game, then you have to be very very swift in the market. If you know this is the right time to enter, then you should not be, once you decide, you should not take too much of time in entering. And secondly, once you know you are wrong, you should not wait too much of time to close your positions. If you don't do that, then even few minutes of delay in thinking and analyzing and coming into a thought process might cost you a lot, because many a times when we are on an intraday time frame, our expectation of movement itself is very less. When we are expecting itself is a very minor move of say 0.25% or 0.5%, then we cannot think too much. And especially at the juncture where there is some heavy price action with good volumes, then there is all probability that within one candle, within 5 minutes or within 10 minutes, the trade is almost over. So if we are not there at that particular time where the trade has to happen, then we miss out on that opportunity. And many a times it is just better to wait on the sidelines and wait for the next opportunity that comes across our screen. So this is one of the biggest challenge which the traders are facing, because they don't have sophisticated tools for them to enter. And sophisticated tool also is not there for them to decide. Once they see volumes and once they see price breakout, then they will think let me wait for the close of the candle, or let me wait for the next candle. If next candle does a retracement, then I will enter there. All of these dilemmas will make them only play suboptimally. It will not allow them to play optimal game. Beforehand you should have a game plan in place, and very minor changes should be allowed during the day while the market is in operation. So that's it for now. Just keep these things in mind while being a trader. If you are liking the content on Banao Bharat's channel, do subscribe to the channel, and also share the live content to your fellow traders, so that let them also come in large numbers and attend to this live session and get some good insights which might help them in their trading journey. And also, if you have any query on any of the stocks, then we can discuss on that, certain levels or certain stop losses or certain targets. Not that I know we are not SEBI registered, so we cannot give any content for a price, but we can definitely give our opinion based purely on the charts and the data that is available on the public domain. And as long as we don't charge for such information, so you can, if you think it is useful, you can make use of the information. If you think it is not useful, you can leave it. The discretion is solely on you, and there is no recourse back to us for either profits or for losses. Yes, market is a game of probability, market is a game of possibilities, and any trade can go right or any trade can go wrong. Nothing is in our hand. Once we enter into the trade, only we can control ourselves as long as we are not in the trade. Once we are in the trade, then it is purely the market's decision whether to take our stop loss or give our targets. So let us see how tomorrow RBI policy pans out and how our markets react to the event. In fact, many times traders ask me how to trade the event. Well, we should remember one thing, none of the event outcome we are aware of. Not only me, anybody for that matter. Supposing there is a quarterly result on any stock, how do we know what is the quarterly results that might come up? There might be some analysts who might give some projections based on the past data, but beyond that we don't know the actual numbers. Not only me, anybody for that matter, even the best of best analysts, they will not have the real data unless the data is announced by the company themselves. So is it like, players, they are playing the outcome of the event? Well, I have my own reservations on that. I always see it like, I've always sensed probably market participants are not trading the outcome, they are trading the event itself. Event, they know like, there is a event coming probably in next 10 days. Supposing Infi results comes in next 10 days. So market participants, they know like, there is a Infosys results coming up in next 10 days, that is an event. But mostly market participants don't know like anybody else, they also don't know like, whether that event will be, what kind of results will come out of that event. But market participants will play the event based on the existing information which is very limited with them, and also with the data in terms of like, price action and other things, and then they take a bet on a direction, telling like, now since the result is there in 10 days, in this 10 days either Infi will move up or Infi will move down. They are really not concerned about whatever is the event. Even if a result is very good, on that particular day they will exit, just like, options players exit on Thursday. There is no other choice. The events players also, they are not actually looking at, or they are not judging, this time Infosys will give a 10% high, means 10% better revenue guidance or whatever. So I always feel like, they just know that there is an event coming up in next 10 days, and they play the event thinking by 10 days this stock might be moving up or moving down, not really worried about the events results. So keep this in mind and start observing all the events and how the pre-action of that event date happens. Then you will start sensing probably whatever I am saying makes somewhat sense. Even market participants, even so-called operators or whoever there are there, the big time operators or big time traders, they also don't know the exact numbers that might come out until unless some insider information is available with the market participants, which is very less. I don't think like, the people who are having inside information are like, really that large a number. Probably maybe 1% of the market participants may have some edge in terms of information, but then market is market. Even if you have an edge in information, even if you think like, market will do up or down, it might do the exact opposite in spite of all data or all information showing otherwise. So don't go by any of these sayings that operators are rigging the stock or operators know something. They also don't know, they only also working on the probabilities, and they know that, just like that there is an event in next 10 days, they are also betting that in next 10 days this stock or this particular sector might move up or down. So that's how the market functions, or that's what I believe how the market functions. If you have any other thoughts, you can definitely like, put across your thoughts also. There is nothing right or wrong in anything. So everybody have their viewpoint, and everybody viewpoint is respected and even heard. So having said that, let us all wait for tomorrow's RBI policy. Let us see how the market reacts and positions itself for the coming Thursday expiry. Until then, Om Swasti.